Hi guys, this is Nate, Reach 3D Printers. We are going to do a STL conversion. So when you download something from Thingiverse, let's say, and you want to modify it, customize it, we are going to show you how to send it to Google Sketchup and make your modifications, then take it back to the printer. This might be useful if you might need a gear, but you need a different axle connector or whatever. You could take that gear that somebody else has created as an STL, and some of them do have SketchUp files, but a majority of them are just STLs. So you can take that STL and convert it to Google SketchUp, modify it, and bring it back. There's other programs that are probably more efficient, but this is what I use. It's free. It's not too many extra steps for being pretty powerful overall. Show in folder. We've already downloaded this a few times. We're going to open it up. We're just going to do the lantern STL. We're going to copy this onto the desktop, or we could just send to desktop. Nope, we copied it. Paste it on the desktop. Replace file in destination. It's replaced, I believe, with this one. So in Mesh Lab. Another free cool program. I'm going to go to the desktop, open up Lantern STL, open, okay. Here we have it. This is the Minecraft Lantern. Sweet. File. Export mesh as. We're going to export it as a DAE, Collada Lantern. I'm going to call this 7, Lantern 7. So tried some different routes, and this one's the best one. So once you have a file that you know it's the correct file, you should be able to find it. Lantern 7 DAE. So we've got this guy, Lantern 7. Open SketchUp. I want to close down Mesh Lab. SketchUp might operate a little more smoothly if your computer's a little on the slower side. This computer is super fast, so I'm spoiled with it at the moment. Alright, so file, import. Seems pretty straightforward. There's Lantern 7 DAE, import it. This thing is going to be massive. This is the catch with a few conversion things. You can kind of set the edge on 0, 0, 0. You can do it that way, or you can move it later. If you reduce it to that origin, it makes it pretty easy to just do 0.001, so that's 1,000th, but you may not be able to get it right in place, so let's call it 0.01, reduce it to 100th, and you'll see why in a second. Because this thing may be kind of like way out of whack or something. It may show up in completely the wrong place. This makes it easier to kind of get to the origin. And then we're going to reduce it one more time, 1/10, which would be a combined reduction of 1,000th total. Oh, I did 100th again. Let's do 0.1, not 0.01. There we go. Alright, so we've reduced it 1,000th, which would be a total of 0.001. Check your general size. We are at 64 millimeters, so we're back to a realistic size. Going to do the move tool, rotate this thing a little bit. Alright, in a previous example I had shown you guys, previously I'd shown you guys some tricks for 3D text, so I think that's what we're going to do here, is just some simple quick, put this on a platform, put a name or something under it. So we've entered the group, we back out of the group. Let's do a platform. We know that this is 64, probably by about 64. So let's do, I don't know, 80, comma 80. Oops. 80, comma 80, enter. Alright. 80 millimeter square, raise it up. Control Z, raise it up. This mouse is super sensitive. What is it, 10? And we can, I don't know, we'll pull this bottom side out. Pull this bottom side out, straight out in that direction. Maybe, let's do 20. Alright, so we've got this little curve. Group. Let's go into this group, tools, 3D text, reach, 3D, just kind of whatever. Alright, we got some dimensions here to handle extruding it. 25 millimeters, that's way too far. Maybe we'll just do like 2 millimeter extrusion. Just a little into it. Height of the letters, 10 might be correct. Maybe we'll make them, yeah, 10's probably good. We'll go ahead and do that. So we should be able to place it right on that surface, whatever surface we're doing. And then you can arrange it, you can center it. Unfortunately, SketchUp, there are some limitations, like it doesn't give you the total, a grabbing point for the total width of this thing. There's quick ways to grab that however you want to. So I added a line down there so I can center this. Should snap to midpoint. There you go. This takes a second or two. Alright. Back into it. Let's get rid of that line. Done. Okay. Another thing that we got to do is got to connect this. So what I'm doing right now is positioning this so that I can select just the bottom like that. So I just changed the view so I could select just the bottom of the letters. Copy. We're going to paste it on this flat surface. Paste in place. So now this flat surface, let's get rid of the bottom just for a second. Aha. Alright. So this will connect the letters to the surface, except for these guys. Check. I have to do some mild repairs here and there. Just a few little repairs by retracing some lines. Reverse that. Alright. So there we have it, guys. We just embedded a small, let's explode that. We just embedded some letters really quickly. And if you wanted to reduce the height of the letters on there, you could do something like this. Just take it down like 1 maybe. Something like that. Alright, and we also erased the bottom of this, so quickly redraw. Maybe we can give it a little more of a base to it. Do some other cool stuff. Let's do something like this. This could be cool. The catch is, if you draw a perfect square, you probably have another surface under here. Yep. There it goes. Alright, so there was another plane under there. Alright, so the reason I did that was just to draw these in. Oops. Should be able to grab. Oh no, because I'm still selected on that part. There we go. Bring it in, I don't know, 4. That's good. 4. So we're creating a little pyramid kind of like structure. Yeah, alright. Now, to merge these two, because this is the original model, it's as simple as cut. This model apparently has a few pieces in here that aren't supposed to be in here. Now why that is, I don't know. I'll go ahead and delete this stuff here. We'll clean it all up in a second. Shouldn't take much. There we go. Alright, so models sometimes have some funny things from the creator. Anyways, we got this down to one flat plane. Edit, and then cut, and we've got a clean bottom surface. We know that it was perfectly flat. And then what we could do is just we'll paste it in place to start with. Make that a group. There we go. Make this whole thing a group. Mouse is being tricky. There we go. Bring it down to that exact surface. Midpoint goes over to what we can only hope is a midpoint. And then pull it forward a little bit. Maybe just like 2. I don't know. That's probably about right. Alright, so then we're going to explode this, and then we can eliminate that surface. We're going to explode that one too. Connect it to the 2 edges. Remember how we discussed how Google Sketchup sometimes won't attach those lines to the edges, and it does that. So you just got to draw a line. So once we got that opened, and we've got this guy opened here, they're pretty much connected. All we've got to do is just explode both of them, and you are done. So yeah, this is a pretty simple shape, but you can double check that they're merged. As long as there's no like gaps or you see any like dark lines, these are definitely should be identical. Alright, that's pretty much it. Get back out of there. Now we're ready to print again. You can take the whole thing, make a group, whatever. Export it. We know we're at the correct size. Put this over. Isn't really necessary. Alright, we got it back to origin. We can file, export 3D, export it as a DAE. We're going to call this Lantern 8. Put on the desktop, export it, done. Alright, we've got Lantern 8 as a DAE, which has to then be reopened in MeshLab. That's our converter. Open, desktop, Lantern 8, open, okay. Reach 3D, looks pretty good. File, export mesh as STL again. So it's a few extra steps to do all this, but it's not that. It's just a few seconds of conversion in MeshLab, and that's done. Then it is ready for Repetier host. So we've got Lantern 8 as a STL, open in Repetier host. Again, it's small, right? So we're going to have to change our imports to inches, but it doesn't actually change it. The other thing is you can scale it by 25.4. But since we changed the import to inches, trash it, load it up again, 8, open it, and there it is. So back to the correct scale. Notice the top of the printer shows that it's only 100 high. You can change that in preferences, I believe. Could be printer settings. Printer shape, right? 200, 200, 100 on the height, so that should be 200. It's actually 215, but you know. Okay, there we go. There's our printer. This is ready for slicing. If you've got all your settings proper, You would then slice it. I haven't configured this up, so that's the next thing we'll do. We will start right here and go ahead and go into printer configuration. Other than that, we are pretty much done with the quick tutorial on SketchUp, STL conversion, MeshLab conversion, Thingiverse, all that. All right, guys, we'll catch you later.